Hola. So it is a rainy Sunday morning.
Yes, it is.
And we are going to attempt to rip up all
of this carpet, and there just so happens to be tile under the carpet.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be ripping up the carpet. Hopefully the tile comes up with it, or most of it. And if it doesn't, then we'll have to scrape it up. We have a couple scrapers. And our first attempt is going to be trying to buff the concrete and then polish it. Mm-hmm. If that doesn't work, unfortunately, we're gonna have to take the hit on all of the rental equipment that we're gonna get for that. And we will then put in like a floating floor or some like faux hardwood.
like a laminate.
But fingers crossed the polished concrete works, because it's gonna be a lot cheaper and it'll look a little bit more industrial, which will go with the whole vibe of what we're going for.
So, you ready?
Stay tuned.
Piney strong. Woo!
Now we gotta cut it.
All tile and carpet. Putting the tile in here. Bringing the carpet out there. We got this.
Oh yeah. Nice! That's a workout. So at first we thought pulling the carpet up was going to be pretty difficult, but once we separated it into sections, as you can see, it came up super easy. And then Patrick's dad had the idea of bringing his tamp bar, and it took those tiles up so easy. We didn't have to be on our knees and bend over with a small scraper, so shout out to you, Big Pat, for the tamp bar. Next up was the bathroom. So first we wanted to take the door frame out because we had future plans of flipping it around. And then it was time to get that nasty carpet out. Thank God. I was so excited to finally rip that out. And then once that was completely out, we just re-put in the door, just had it flipped around so it opened into the store instead.
So we ripped up the floor, still got to get it all out of here. We've decided that we're not going to polish the floors, strictly because that is all glue, and I highly doubt we would be able to get it up very easily. So we're gonna put a floating floor, some LVT, and get that going. It'll look like some old hardwood, so that'll be sweet. We are starting a new chapter in the shop today, or in the new building today. That chapter is drywall. So you see all the empty, bare walls. Hopefully by the end of tonight or the end of tomorrow, they'll look a little brighter and we'll be a little happier. Super excited to get that going. Cannot wait to see what it looks like, especially this part right here.
Shortly after, my cousin Nico came over, who was helping Patrick today with the drywall. They had a little bit of trouble getting it through the front door, but thankfully with Nico's rack, we were able to roll around 20 sheets at a time into the storefront instead of having to carry them all the way around. So thank you, Nico, for that. He had all the tips and tricks into framing and putting up the drywall. So he taught Patrick a lot, and it was so amazing getting to see all the drywall go up and just the space becoming so much bigger and brighter. All right, so a little update. We are in the shop and just about everything is drywalled.
Yeah,
besides like one wall because our battery died. But
check it out.
It's looking good. It's looking like a store. We'll walk around up front. Windows should be coming in soon. Bathroom. I'm gonna flip this around. It's crazy.
12-foot high ceilings, drywall all the way up. We got a couple lofts to put stuff in for like aesthetic purposes. We have another loft for storage. This will be a giant window. We're really excited to get that in here.
So excited
That's
to get
gonna
this
change
window
the
in.
whole vibe of the place. Electric is in the front. kind of crazy.
Yeah.
The beam will be painted soon.
So that's a little loft that we can hang like plants off of and do anything up there if you want to put a sign or mosaics or just store anything up there that'll look pretty. Same with over there. Put maybe some like old wine barrel fronts up there, something cool aesthetically. And then Patrick came up with this idea. So this one goes all the way to the top of our 12-foot ceilings, but there's our little cubby hole that we'll be building a door for and have some storage up there too. So, good smart thinking, hun. All right, so dusty. I just finished sanding the beam, and now I'm about to get some paint on it. So we'll see how that looks. We're painting it black. We're using some Rust-Oleum. I can go grab it. But this should be fun. This side shouldn't be fun because the heating and air is already up and I have to go around it. So wish me luck on that side, but let's get to painting. Well, covered in paint. Never wear gloves, but it's okay. And I'm all done the beam. So the back wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, mainly because I don't have to do a whole beam because half of it is tucked away in there. But it turned out pretty nice. So I'm stoked about it. I can't wait to see it dry tomorrow. It's a little tacky still. So I'm going to leave so I don't create any more dust and let this baby dry. All right. So we had a lot to do and not a lot of time. So Patrick's parents came over the following day to help us with our faux brick wall. And all we used for that was spackle, and it's just scrape on, scrape off. We'll have a full tutorial about this and the process of all of it, which was pretty cool and fun to do. Next up, after the drywall was taped and spackled, it was time to get these walls primed. So we primed them all with Kills, and thank you again to our family who helped us do this. It was a lot of painting and priming, a small space, but a lot of wall areas. So thank you guys, you made the process a little more enjoyable. After that, we used white veil, which is my new favorite color. I wanted something white, but not exactly white, a little bit of an off-white to really brighten up the space. Also, shout out to Patrick's grandmom. She's such a sweetheart. She used to work at Home Depot, so she was sure enough to show up in her Home Depot apron and help me cut in all the corners. And this is what it looked like, all painted and bright. I was so excited to see it. Everything is slowly starting to come together. Next, we got a call that our storefront window was finally going in tomorrow, and we could not wait. We felt like kids on Christmas Eve. Bright and early, the guys were there ripping out the wall to get everything set up and framed for our windows to get delivered. Everything came out pretty easy. Once everything was all cleaned up, the glass guys were there and ready to start installing the windows. We had 2 different sections installed, but in the main section there was 3 different windows, and then in the side section that angled towards the door had 2 different windows. We had to run a few errands in the morning, so when we came back, the glass was in, and oh my god, was it absolutely beautiful, and it made such a difference on the inside. All of that natural light coming in was truly amazing and made the space feel so much bigger. To finish off the front, the guys added some Brazilian cherry as an accent as you walk in the front door, and then I painted the bathroom wall black for my accent wall, which you guys will be seeing soon. There's nothing more satisfying than pulling off blue tape and seeing that nice crisp line. It was another late night in the storefront, but we were so excited to see everything finally starting to come together, and we couldn't wait to get up early for the package that was arriving. So stay tuned, guys. Like and subscribe to see what we get into next.